really?
Well, she's a pop star, right? I mean, like, you know how much I pay attention to pop stars, so
Well, that's very true. I
so
found her, like, anytime you turn on the radio, you can't miss it.
yeah, so I mean, he kind of made the show. He's got his own YouTube channel, and like he does, like he's a dancer and stuff like that. So, I mean, he's a good character. Like, very well, he is gay, but it doesn't matter. Like, but very flamboyant. But he's really funny. He's just one of those guys. You know, he walks in the room and lights it up right away. Like, he's got a lot of personality.
Yeah, he does. And I read an interview with him because I knew you watched and I thought you might mention it today. So I read an interview with him after the winner was chosen, and he was talking about like all the things that he missed when he was in the house. When he got out, he finally learned about, Robin Williams passing away and Joan Rivers, and his own grandfather had passed away. He wasn't able to be a part of his farewell. So that was really, I can't imagine how that would like mess with your head being away from everything so long. It kind of gave me this perspective of, oh man, they really were just like shut out from the world.
Well, yeah, well, exactly, and that's what it is, right? You're cut from the real world, quote unquote, completely. I mean, they did tell him about it, and it was sad. I can completely understand. Like, it really does suck to have that happen where you can't do anything. But pretty much the same week it happened. Derek, the guy who actually won at the end, kind of handed him the head of household so he could get a letter from his family.
Aww.
So he got a letter from his family. Pretty much, his family's always like, keep strong, and we don't want you to come home. You stay playing. We'll handle this. I know it's a huge loss for you, but no, keep trucking, sort of thing, and we'll handle the rest of it.
Yeah, that was really nice of that guy. No wonder he won.
Yeah, well, I mean, just the whole strategy. I mean, they actually, the first time I've ever seen it, what they did is they showed his casting tape, a little bit of his casting tape, and pretty much the game plan he got with this to play in the game was exactly what's in the casting, so it didn't change. He had his game plan all the way along.
Wow.
Because he's a sergeant, but he's also a detective, and he also does undercover work.
Oh.
So he pretty much the way I kind of do things is then I get to know people, get their interest, and sort of thing. So he was pretty much everyone's friend, and this is the first time ever, I think, that out of 54 nominations to go up in the block, first what they normally had is weekly they have one HOH and one head of the household, and they have two people be nominated every week to go on the block. But what they had this time is called it was BOB. I'm trying to remember what it stands for, but what happened is two people would win HOH, the head of the household, and then they'd fight it out. So the people they nominated would fight it out. So whoever won, the other one would be dethroned, and the other one would stay up. So 54 nominations. It was not on the block once.
Wow.
Yeah. So a very impressive track record. I don't think that's ever been done, especially with that many nominations, because this was the first year for the BOB.
Wow, that is impressive.
So just in case anyone watches that, I mean, like, I do, because like just it's fun, kind of mindless TV, you know.
Right, sure.
So there was that, and I think there was one more. A couple rock notes, and one I just kind of floored me, and I couldn't believe it, and I just because it just seemed extremely ridiculous, but there's okay, just bear with me here. There's a porn site called Pornhub, okay? And they apparently launched a record label, which is just beyond ridiculous. I started laughing. It's like, you can't be serious. And apparently they're serious. So apparently they've launched a record label. I don't know who's going to sign on to this thing, but they've launched a record label.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I thought, like I said, it was kind of shocking but funny at the same time. It's like, we'll see how well this does. It's probably going to go down the tubes pretty fast. And the other thing is Tom York, who is from Radiohead, is he's unveiling a surprise for his new album tomorrow called Modern Boxes, and it's supposed to be, I think, 8 tracks, and it's supposed to be on vinyl as well, so that'll be really cool. Apparently U2's releasing an album cover because, as we know, they released the album on iTunes. Everybody has iTunes, called The Songs of Innocence, and so they're actually going to kind of unveil like a cover for that. And it's all right. I personally like older U2 stuff, and I'm talking way back. Like, I'm talking like kind of almost like early 90s from Octoon Baby before. So albums like October and that sort of thing. And so people are Who fans, U2 fans will know what I'm talking about. So the newer stuff, I just haven't been able to get into, but just my personal opinion. So, And I'm trying to think what else, if there's anything else that kind of stuck out. Um, uh, I think that's really about it. At least from what stands out, I think that's it. Because otherwise, everything else is just kind of like, it's all right stuff, but nothing. I don't think personally worthy of me really talking about. So if people want to check out their stuff, they can go to rollingstone.com and check that stuff out. Um, oh yeah. Actually, there's one thing you can actually win copies of the Beatles mono vinyl box set. You got to check out Rolling Stone for details, but yeah, you can win their box set. So that would be cool to win. But other than that, it's been pretty dry. Hasn't been like too much going on.
Okay.
But I'm trying to think. There's a few other things I want to mention. Witches of East End. Now, is it done or is there one more episode to the finale?
I think this past Sunday might have been the finale. I can quickly see if I can pull it up.
No, I don't think it was on this Sunday though, was it?
I'm not sure. I knew it was on last Sunday, but I hadn't seen this past Sunday's episode because the episode before that had left with a big cliffhanger, and I remember that they had shown or advertised for an episode for the following week.
Okay.
What episode? What do you remember last happening on the last episode you watched?
The last episode I watched was Frederick carving that whatever it was into his girlfriend.
Okay, because the one, I don't want to spoil it for anyone. The one after that, there was like a big cliffhanger because there were two very shocking deaths.
Okay, so obviously the people are missing again, so I'm gonna look that up online. Awesome.
Okay, I just looked it up, and it says that there was an episode this past Sunday, and there's going to be 1, 2, 3 more episodes.
Oh wow, so I got at least 2 to catch up on, at least 1 to catch up on, and catch up with this week.
Right.
Oh boy. All right. Well, I gotta rework the PVR because I don't know why it's not recording that one show, but it's kind of getting a little annoying because I want to see these shows. So.
I know my DVR just this past week I was Where's Dancing with the Stars, and thank God I have 2 to back this other one up, but it had canceled it as a recording series, and I certainly didn't do that. So sometimes it has a mind of its own.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I gotta check that out again. Maybe just something I missed by when you step to record. Maybe it's not recording it any time because like I said the few weeks ago they got all messed up and like the channel wasn't showing it and like they didn't switch it around. It's just a big pain. So hopefully catch up on that. On a different note, since we were talking about the iPhones last week, so the iPhone 6 came out and the iPhone Watch is going to be coming out, or the iWatch, what it's called, will be coming out in 2015. The other day, I got a brand new iPhone. I didn't get the 6 because I didn't want the 6 first off, because I think it's like carrying a mini tablet in your pocket. But I did end up getting the 5S, and it was perfect because my contract's almost at an end, so I got the 5S for free. And I absolutely love it because it's got fingerprint recognition to open the phone up.
Wow.
So, and if that doesn't work, you got a backup passcode. But yeah, it's pretty cool. And there's a lot of different things you can do with it. So, like, I'm pretty interested with it. And of course, free being the magic words. Like, free is like, all right, I'll take it. And then,
right on.
Exactly. And then I get. It's really smart to get Apple with it. And Apple is like $100. But apparently, with this company I was going with, that I'm with, so you can trade your phone in. It's like, do you want to trade your phone in? It's like, well, yeah, I got everything off it. I don't need anything on it. I'm not going to use it anymore. So, yeah, by all means. So, $60. I paid $40 for my AppleCare. So,
nice.
$40 plus tax out of pocket. So, yeah, I was extremely happy. Got a brand new phone and a nice one at that.
Congrats.
So, yeah, so it's exciting. I mean, it took a little bit to get used to that fingerprint recognition because, I put the wrong fingerprint down. It would shake. So I try again. It's like, oh, come on. And it's like, oh yeah, this one. So I kind of put multi fingers in it just in case I put the wrong one on. It'll still pick it up.
Really?
Well, because it's one of those things where it's got the home button, right? So most of the time I pull it out, I'll use my thumb. So I got both thumbs, both pointer fingers, and a few extras just in case.
That's very cool.
Excuse me, but yeah, so that's a lot of fun. What else has gone on? This week has been just very, very busy for me in general, but it's been really cool. And today, I do have Analog Wave coming on. It's supposed to be 8 o'clock, and I might have to push it up just a half hour to 3:30. I've just messaged them, so hopefully they'll get back to me in time. If not, I can work around it. Either way, they'll be talking about their brand new album, Cashmere, which I'm really excited for because this album, like I said, I'm a big fan, but this album is absolutely amazing. So we'll be talking about that for a while. And this time I'll get to talk to both members of Analog Wave because last time we just got a chance to talk to one. So it's going to be very exciting. So next up, Britt, the blogs you've been doing or getting into this past week.
Okay, well, the first thing was that I did a Let's Talk About the new seasons of some returning shows, so a little spotlight on. The first show was Arrow, kind of talking a little bit about what we do know about the new season, what I hope doesn't happen on the new season, and just, I didn't mention this in the article, but Brandon Routh, who played Superman on Superman Returns, the one where Kevin Spacey played Lex Luthor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's coming onto the show, and he's playing the new head or president of Queen. Is it Queen Industries? Or?
Right. Something like that, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Well, he's taking over as the new president, so apparently he's going to be kind of romancing Felicity possibly, but so he's a new character, so that will be very fun to have him on the show. I think that's going to be fun, and obviously the biggest thing that I do not want to see happen on the new season of Arrow is Oliver's love child showing up. That would just be a fail.
Yeah, I think that's things. I don't know if they're going to or not. They might talk about him a little bit just because, I mean, it was in the past and it is in the comic books too, right? So I'm not sure. I really don't know if they're gonna. They might a little bit, but I hope they don't touch too much on it.
Yeah, me too. Because I just don't feel like the show is set up for a kid, and I know every time, because with superheroes, they kind of want to have a kid around, I guess, to display wonderment, and I'm cool with that. There was a very cute kid on One Tree Hill, but it kind of worked on that. Sometimes when you have a kid on a superhero show, it makes the stakes a little bit awkward, and I don't know really know. The last Iron Man 3, they had a kid in there, and
right.
I thought, oh my gosh, is he going to be okay? So it gets your mind on something else, you know?
No point. Fair enough. And you're right. I mean, it's because, the focus, there's more danger involved, and now people's attention are kind of focused on the kid now too. So
exactly. Now, what is your biggest hope for the new season of Arrow, and the thing you definitely don't want to see happen?
Let's see. Oh, I want to see definitely some more action, obviously. I want to know more about his background before or after. It was either before or after he got off the island.
Okay.
Because that I really want to see what happens, because that looks like it can give a lot of background. And the kid thing, yeah, I really don't want to see it happen. And as much as I like Felicity, I don't see her and Oliver hooking up being a good thing, at least not for too long.
Yeah, me neither.
So, I mean, if it's a quick, one or two things, it's not a big deal. But if they carry it on, it's going to kind of ruin both characters.
Yeah, see, and I totally agree with that, because, like I said, I think I mentioned last week, it really makes their DNA as characters separately get messed up, and their whole dynamic on Braun Smallville, when I feel like Felicity is a lot like Oliver's Chloe and Clark. Weirdly, they went out and they had a relationship for like 3 episodes, and then after that, they just were friends forever, and it didn't kill their whole dynamic, but I think the writers were wise to just have it go on for this really brief time, and then kind of move along just to kind of explore what it would be like if they were together, but then kind of go, they're better as friends.
No, fair enough. Sorry. But no, it's you're right. So like I said, I just hope they don't hook up. If they do, hopefully it's not for a long time.
Yeah, same here.
Just a quick side note here. I just got a confirmation. Analog Wave will be on today at 3:30 p.m. Eastern and 8:30 p.m. in the UK. We just moved up just a little bit because I got a few things I got to kind of do in the middle between Blogger Corner and that show. So, excuse me, we are confirmed for 3:30 this afternoon Eastern and 8:30 p.m. in the UK. So be sure to tune in for that. But back to Arrow, yeah, that's what I want to see. And I just as much as he drives me nuts, I can almost guarantee the Red Hour is going to be more prominent in this one.
Yeah, see, I think I've got mixed feelings about that, but I definitely agree with you. Roy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that kind of sucks, and we'll see. But definitely agree with you about the whole Felicity Oliver thing. It kind of reminds me of how on Family Matters I wanted Laura and Steve to be together, but then I was like, please, and they came so close so many times, and then he came up with Stefan, and then they got together, when the show ended on the last episode, I think Urkel and Steve and Laura, they got together, but it was the anticipation and the build up for it was a lot better than when they actually did